Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video, I thought I'd do a throwback Thursday. So I'm pulling out some old videos out of the vault. I thought I'd share 5 of my all-time favorite makeovers with you. These are before and afters on a crazy shoestring budget. First, I wanted to start with my mother-in-law's spare room. This spare room, like 15 years, was just nothingness. It was a place where they occasionally stacked things or put things till later, I guess, but it didn't serve any purpose at all. They have grandkids, they needed a spare room. My mother-in-law loves crafting, so I decided to make over this space in 12 hours with less than $200. The first thing I did obviously was clear out the space, and my father-in-law picked up this pull-out sofa as a gift, which I was very excited about because then I didn't have to buy a pull-out sofa. So this was great, but I had to decorate the space. I found pillows from Value Village for a crazy small budget. My idea here was to go with a coastal theme. My mother-in-law loves cottages and she's always dreamed of having a place on the lake, so I wanted this to be a retreat for her. I got new curtains, we painted the space. I found a lot of quick DIY projects that definitely saved on the budget. I found a coffee table for $12 from Value Village, and I covered it with peel and stick wallpaper, and I painted an old tray and some other things that I had found at thrift stores to pull together a really beautiful space and surprise my mother-in-law. One of my favorite things I did for this video, and that I do for a lot of makeovers, is I find a piece of artwork that's really cheap. The bigger the better, especially in a space like this, and then I paint it to match the room. Don't be afraid to paint over a painting, just using dollar store paint or craft paint. You can go right over top of existing art and add some colors that like tie the room together. So that's exactly what I did in this space. I found this giant painting on clearance for $35. And it was definitely what I based the entire room around. So in just under 12 hours, the transformation is complete, and I have to say, this room is gorgeous. I know she's going to love it, and it's going to be the oasis that she deserves.
You painted this room.
Yeah.
So this is wallpaper.
Crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice,
So you all had to help.
Yeah.
Now that this gorgeous room doubles as a spare bedroom, I'm calling dibs at Christmas. Next, I want to go to a really old video. This is my best friend Jess's craft room. Listen, it was very messy. She's a crafter. She's a bee. Everything is special. Every scrap piece of paper, every piece of garbage she wants to save. And so I decided to give her the craft room of her dreams. But this involved a lot of decluttering. I had to pull things from her cold dead hands. She didn't want to let anything go. She did let an entire van full of stuff go, though. I was so proud of her. So then all we had to do was sort all of her craft supplies into like categories. We used a lot of the furniture that she already had, but the best thing was this $12 pegboard. I got a piece of pegboard from Home Depot. Joe cut it to size and he made a frame using wood that we already had. I bought some inexpensive pegboard organizers, and she had like a bee's dream come true organizing system in her craft room. I found some old jars and we filled them with adorable things like all her little bitsy bobby sewing thready thing. The point is, this room really used everything she had. It was a budget of less than $100 to make over this space, and I think this really shows you what just decluttering and organization can do. It doesn't cost money to make over a space. This next quick makeover is actually still in Jess's house. After I was done her craft room, I had a little bit of time before I had to go back and get the kids off the bus. So I kicked Jess out, and in 1 hour, I made over her spare bedroom. I was planning on this the whole time. I had gathered supplies, hoping I was able to give her this bonus surprise while I was at her house, and it was so cute. Her spare bedroom was nothing. It was a dumping ground. There was a bed in there, but no mattress, and just a lot of random stuff that she just hadn't taken the time to put away. I did a quick declutter, a quick tidy. I rearranged the closet so that everything fit, and I borrowed a mattress from her daughter's top bunk to make it an actual functional bedroom. I ordered some curtains for her ahead of time. But the coolest part of this room, my friend Jess is obsessed with all things pigs. She has pig tattoos, she has pig decor all over her home, and so I ordered her a custom pig oil painting. I reused an old frame that I had in my home that I was going to donate and gave a great focal point to this tiny spare bedroom. I actually got some pillows really inexpensively to match, but everything else in this space, I shopped her home. The tray, the accessories, the many pigs in here. I got some dollar store picture frames and used an old pig calendar to add pig photos to it. So this was like such a small budget and only an hour to completely transform this space. She loved it, but I hope you're feeling inspired to tackle one of those unloved rooms in your home. This next makeover is probably one of my favorites. Mostly for the headboard. I don't want to show it to you yet, but I'm just saying it's really awesome. This is Gracie's room. This is actually Izzy's friend, Gracie from school. She's a butterfly. Her room was so cute anyway. We were starting from a really cute space, but she's a butterfly. So she was having a hard time keeping it organized. She needed lots of clear containers. So we pulled everything out of this space. We sorted into clear containers. We made her a DIY headboard using just a big piece of board from Home Depot, some foam and some fabric and a staple gun. We made her a DIY desk out of an old scrap piece of wood. This is all about using what you have, really thinking outside the box and organizing for your style. All of these clear containers really made such a huge difference in this space. Hanging floating shelves so she could see what she has, taking advantage of that wall space, and the headboard. We added Christmas lights behind the headboard, so it's like, oh my gosh, I love this space so hard. Even though it was a really tiny room, in 4 hours and for not a lot of money, we really transformed this space, and Gracie was so happy. Last but not least, I wanted to share my sister's kitchen makeover. She's a butterfly in every sense of the word. She like leaves little trails everywhere she goes, and her whole family is the same. And so the kitchen was filled with clutter. But if you really look at the clutter, it's paper clutter because it didn't have a home to go. It's kids' artwork. It's things she has to deal with. It's things she uses all the time. So instead of putting them in cabinets, she's leaving it out. And all of this added up to a ginormous mess. So right off the bat, I gave her a place to put paper with a hanging wire see-through basket right on the wall. We created her a command center for the kids' artwork and for notes and memos on the side of the wall by hanging bulletin boards, creating dedicated homes. Definitely rearranged all the cabinets so that things had purpose, but more than that, so it was visual. When she opened up the cabinet doors, they could see everything that they had so that they weren't leaving things out or like making a mess trying to find what they needed. I also gave her some homeless clutter bins. This is like so important for butterflies. Instead of piling on counters, to have a place to drop your things until you can deal with it later, whether it's take it upstairs to put it away or create new homes for it. Homeless clutter bins are those catch-alls. And when they're full, it's like a visual reminder to your brain to go through it and get rid of things inside. So This was an all-day adventure doing this kitchen because every single cabinet and drawer was reorganized. But I love this makeover. We didn't buy a lot of things. It wasn't any renovation or anything like that. No paint, just a really good declutter, organization, and clean. Thank you guys so much for watching this Throwback Thursday. I hope to do more of these in the future because I have like a bazillion years worth of YouTube videos that I can bring out of the vault. Maybe you haven't seen them. I'm going to share some of my top favorites. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video so I can show you more of my face doing things. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I used to decorate like as a hobby. I think it's because I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I watched a lot of HGTV and we moved into our first home and then this home and it was like they were dumpy, they needed some love. So that was like a hobby. It was like a Saturday afternoon. Other people were going for walks or visiting friends and family. I was like, let's paint stuff and buy throw pillows, Joe. I remember every single New Year's Eve, we would get a babysitter. My mom would watch the kids and instead of going out to a club or doing something like a normal, fun times, we would make over a room in our house. Ah, poor Joe. But now I'm like older and lazier and cheaper. And I'm just like, everything's fine the way it is. I know my bedroom hasn't been changed in the last 17 years, but I still like blue and green. But after watching these makeover videos, honestly, I feel like a little bit inspired. I'm like, I haven't made over a space in a while. I haven't changed something just for the sake of changing it. Let's burn some money, Joe. Now my brain is going, so let me know in the comments below if you think I should redo my bedroom. I think so too, and if so, what color scheme I should go with. Sorry, Joe. Feeling inspired. I'll see you guys next time.